What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're going to be moving along in my Samurai Warriors 1 Extreme Legends walkthrough, where we're going to get all the missions and all the everythings. Playing as Hideoshi Hashiba. We're doing the retreat at Kanegasaki. We've been doing this mission for the last 2 weeks because there's some amazing secret missions here. I've talked a lot about the amazing secret missions of this level already, but I'll do it again in this video because we have one more. And this is more of the traditional one. Last week's was amazing, where you actually just, if you choose a certain officer, then you get a whole different level. But now we're just going to we're going to fail the first mission. So I think there's a lot of different ways we can fail this. The thing I'm going to try to do is just kill one of these two people instead of luring them and see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, this is an amazing game. Samurai Warriors 1 is just so good. I think it's better than any of the other games in the series that I've played, at least. I haven't played some of them because of inaccessibility. I'm going to kill this guy, see what happens. We also have Hideyoshi's new weapon now, so we're kind of killing people that way. See what happens if I didn't kill anything.
Hey, if you kill him now, you'll ruin the plan. Make sure you lure them out next time, alright?
Oh wow, so there's like dialogue if you do that. So yeah, I'm going to still fail this and see what happens. I mean, I'm assuming like there's other ways to fail this, but this is just hilarious to me. To be like, no, I'm not going to use the muskets. We're just going to destroy them because I'm overpowered right now. Because my character is very overpowered. It's pretty hilarious how powerful I am. Because my weapons and items are all amazing.
There's no need to lure them out anymore. Let's go.
The enemy could not be lured.
Ieyasu is waiting on the other side of the bridge. Attack Asakura from the rear and have them surrounded.
Okay, so I think that actually was not it. So yeah, we have to do it a different way. Because that's just a normal mission. Why can't I quit? Why? Oh, I can't start select quit it in this game? Oh wow, that's hilarious. They don't have that in this? So I wonder what I can do to fail this mission and cause this last mission. Because defeating Yoshikage Asakura is not the mission. So I think what I might have to try here is just, how about if I just run past them and just ignore them completely? I mean, I'm sure there's like a thing where if I just sit and don't move, that's one way to do it. But I'm like, no, let's just mess around with this game. Yeah, so we'll run down and see what happens if we defeat, or if we just run past and go to the bridge instead of attacking those two generals. What will happen? Will we get a new mission? There is one more mission, and it has to be something with this beginning part. We have to fail this first mission. There's no other way to get that. So maybe if I just like run, see if I just like completely disregard them, just like go bye, and just run this way.
Lure them out properly, alright?
Just like ignored.
Enemy officer defeated.
He did comment on that I went too far. So like, just gonna go ahead and get rid of these two Asakura officers. Oh my gosh. I didn't expect them to pop up over here. Wow. Okay, well, maybe this is it.
I want to talk to my brother. Don't bother me.
Okay, this is it. Wow.
Hey there. Mind if I join the party?
So we have to defeat everything over here. This is crazy. We got there. The Azai got there to rescue the Asakura. That's pretty shocking. All right, so let's come on up here.
I owe you one.
Just observe the fighting of Keiji.
Wow, that was cool. So now we're just gonna make sure we don't lose anybody else. We never actually, it's interesting, we never actually got his officer. His officer never spawned. Also, his morale is strangely higher. Why is his morale higher is beyond me. Don't understand that, but we're just gonna keep on doing this. Tokugawa will just keep fighting the whatever is left of the Asakura at this point. We'll just get rid of everybody over here, and then we'll call this, I guess. I don't know if it's... The mission still says that we have to head towards the location there, but I'm like, do we? Is this just gonna end the level when we do this? I don't even know. Like, do we still have to defeat the Asakura? I don't even know. Who cares? But let's just go ahead and get rid of Nagamasa. I also think it would have been interesting if he had had different dialogue, because he definitely got here fast enough this time. Like, he got here and the Asakura are still alive. So he didn't take too long. Like, he said that we can't catch Nobunaga at this rate. I'm like, yeah, you can. You're here. But we'll see how it goes. We'll just keep winning these little stalemates here with this guy. Do my little pound attack. Wow, he literally stopped that.
Enemy officer defeated.
How'd that work? So we just killed everybody. Very interesting. Just attack the defeat the enemies that are attacking you is what happens. So I guess if you just troll the game, then again, they thought of everything. They literally thought of everything with this game. So we defeated the attacking army, and it was all the Azai forces, and they come up and they're really close to Magoichi, which was kind of terrifying. But then we did it. So now it's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, do we still go for the Asakura? Because they're here. The Asakura are on the map, and so are the Tokugawa. They're still here. So this is a weird version of this map. Magoichi also has a lot higher morale. I don't know why that is. It's like I think they just expected people when they troll to make it harder, but like, maybe they just feel bad because his officer never spawned. His officer never even spawned, which is very interesting. But, yeah. So, the other Asakura officer has now been defeated. Keiji's here. So, I guess Keiji will just chill by Magoichi. I'm going to go run over and defeat the Asakura officer, and then I guess... I mean, we're retreating through the south, which is what it said, but... because we did it so poorly, do I even have an officer? Okay, I still do have my officer. Magoichi lost pretty much everything he owns because he never got his musket army as an ambush, so he just has his bodyguards and he's losing all of them. Because again, I have not been trying to keep him safe at all. But also, I mean, it doesn't really matter because everything over there died. Or everything over there belongs to one of the generals who's already defeated, so like, that doesn't really matter. So we're going to go for the Asakura commander because I think they can't get rid of him without me. Because again, they thought about everything in this game, and they wanted you to get rid of the Asakura guy. So I got him. Get a massive boost of morale and troops and all that stuff. Not troops, but experience there. Get the big thing. And now we're just going to head on. So I guess I'll just go ahead and get rid of all the officers. Just so that Magoichi doesn't have to fight anything. As Keiji just is his escort. And then I'll run around and secure all the gates. And then we'll just... wait till he finishes it. So this was an interesting... again, Koei was so good in this game because they literally have 3 totally different versions of this map. Generals are spawning in different locations. Everything is different depending on what you do at the beginning of the game. I think that is so cool, and it doesn't happen in Samurai Warriors 2. It doesn't even... I mean, I don't know about 3 and 4. I would hope they brought that stuff back in later games because that was like so... replayable and unique about the first Samurai Warriors game. Like, there's so much that you can do. You can literally make a series out of this. That's what I've done with my channel here. It's like I have a series of Samurai Warriors content because of how they did this. I think that is incredible. So, I'm very proud of them for how they did this, and I'm a little bit bummed that they didn't keep it up in later series because the later games literally don't have anything like this. But it's fine. It's just so cool, and it's a little bit of a bummer that they didn't keep that going, but it's okay. I don't want to hate on them too much for what they did later. They went with the same route. I mean, that was the thing. I wish they had kept Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors different. The problem with later games is that Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors become very, very similar in later games. They just make them essentially just saturated with characters, not a lot of development, not a lot of story in the games. And like, the thing that I really liked about Samurai Warriors 1 was that you get a lot of story from this game. You get so much story from the fact that There's so much different extra dialogue that happens. All that stuff is extra story. Like, you don't have to discover that stuff. You can just play through the game and get all their endings. But, like, the completionists love this game and love how this game works because of the fact that there's so much extra that you can do. And you just don't get that in later games. In later games, it's just play through it, get the final cutscene, and call it a day. I mean, that's how Dynasty Warriors 9 was. I hate Dynasty Warriors 9. I just made a video recently about how much I came back to Dynasty Warriors 9, and I was like, yeah, this game still is complete garbage. Like, it has not changed. In fact, it's actually worse because now in hindsight, I'm looking at it going like, you guys really ruined a whole franchise in like one game. Not good. So I think that's what I'm like most disappointed in, is that Dynasty Warriors 9 is so garbage and that later Samurai Warriors games don't have the same level of replayability. I don't feel like it's very hard because they did it in Samurai Warriors 1. Like, it's not hard to make it where you have extra dialogue and extra missions and replayability. Like, the replayability should not just be in unlocking extra units. And then when you have clone weapons, that doesn't even work either. So it's like, you're not really doing anything to advance the story and advance these games if you just make it where that characters are slightly different, and that's all that's different about it. And there's no new missions, no new story, no new dialogue. I mean, how hard is it just to record dialogue? Like, how is that? That hasn't changed since Samurai Warriors 1. It's probably gotten better and easier, actually. So, like, I don't know what happened. I feel like Toei just kind of got lazy with their design of their games. Like, if you make a game with replayability to it, then it's going to be fine. But if you, like, make a game that doesn't have that replayability, then people are going to wonder what you're trying to do here. Like, it doesn't seem like it was...
Hideoshi, you don't have enough men to continue. Leave the rest to us and head to the capital.
Oh, wow. Tokugawa is mobilizing. Head with Magoichi to the escape point.
Ieyasu wasn't there.
So we have another different thing. Another line of dialogue there. He said something different,
I don't know how long.
and he was right. We don't have a lot of units.
Hey, Magoichi, have you ever seen Lord Nobunaga?
And now Magoichi and I still have that dialogue where we talk about seeing Nobunaga. A little bit out of order probably because I wasn't over by him. So now Ieyasu is just gonna attack those two generals. That's so cool. Like, they literally thought of everything. Why didn't they do this in later games? It's just such a bummer. Anyway, again, they just, instead of being mad about what they didn't do, I'm happy that we have one game with this degree of love, care, and affection and replayability. Like, they did do it at least once. And I know that this is way more complex to have to come up with alternate missions, but it's like, it's not very hard to just slightly change it up. It's not that hard to slightly change this level up. And they did it. And it's like, it works so well. Like, it wasn't that hard just to literally have the enemies spawn in different locations and have slightly different pathings. That's it. But yet they didn't do it. Later games. So at least we have it for this one. So we got another one done. We're moving on.
Let's get together and
KG is saying, that's fun. Let's pass on the almost dying thing. I agree with that, Hideyoshi. So we did it. One more down. More missions down. And it's pretty sick. So, yeah, we're done. This, I'll just do a quick thing to look through it. Yeah, those generals, it's funny how those two generals pop up after Nagamasa is dead, but that's fine. Ooh, attack range. I'll keep that one. I like the one that has an elemental, so I think that's probably what I'll stick with, but sick. It's good stuff. Yeah, this game is just so good in so many ways, and it is just so fun to play through Samurai Warriors 1. The missions alone makes this game so good, but also there's secret items and crazy powerful weapons. And like, I noticed that when I got in here, it's like all the characters have another weapon now. So now we have like a whole nother thing we can do. We already have like their crazy awesome weapon, but now there's like their super duper crazy awesome weapon. So we'll do that stuff too later. But for now, we just finished the retreat, and now we're on to the Psycha campaign. So